luckily, Ed Ruiz and I, our CIO, have a very
Mhm.
similar leadership style in terms of that servant leadership style and doing what we can and doing what I can to set our team up for success at the individual level.
Mhm.
Really am there to ensure that they have the tools they need, they are skilled up to move the work forward, allocating the appropriate resourcing and time. Um, and I work really hard to foster that trust with the team. And I think if you don't have that foundation of trust, it's really challenging to move work forward efficiently and effectively. And that also allows us to have fun with the project, right? Like the recent project that you were mentioning was, building this first chatbot of its kind that we're aware of. Specifically, it's that use case of having vertical AI. So we built this chatbot specifically just for our audience whom we serve, which is academic public health. So faculty, staff, students, those who engage with that body of
Right.
folks in public health. Well, I would say the implementation team, it was a one pizza team.
Okay.
So to really get into the nitty-gritty
Mhm.
details, so we had our Idea Institute director, Miranda Bossi. So she was representing that connection to our members and
Mhm.
meeting our members' needs in terms of what content needed to be in this chatbot to serve up the responses. So she was our liaison and
Real important.
representing our members there.
Okay.
So that she represented a very big and important slice of the pizza.
Yeah.
There was lots of toppings on that one.
Yeah.
Um, and we had our cloud engineer who partnered with the AWS engineer. And the beauty of this project is that AWS not only helped us build it, but they transferred knowledge and skills to our team
Oh,
members
wow.
so that once we did push to prod, that our team was completely skilled up
Oh,
to
wow.
sustain
In
the
eight
product.
weeks?
I think it's a moving target, but what we wanted to
Mhm.
demonstrate, at least with this project, is that retrieval augmented generative, model, the RAG model, or for
Mhm.
lack more common term, it's just like you can have an AI tool that has guardrails. And so we went through training with AWS on how to build in guardrails for a chatbot and consider, you know, the different ethical and responsible measures.
Mhm.
And in terms of that use in the academic sense is that all of the resources in this chatbot, which is called Ari, are curated resources. They're either peer reviewed, they
Mm.
are have the stamp of approval from ASPPH. And so in terms of responsible and having the ethical lens, all of the work that we do does have that equitable lens in the nature of the work that we do at our organization. But just to demonstrate that it can be, you can have access to this AI tool, and AI tools can have those cited, scientifically approved,
Right.
resources out there. And the other thing is that we were very transparent about who we worked with, how the chatbot is built. We have all of the documentation on our website, so at
Oh, wow.
asppph.org/RE. So we were very transparent. What does the solution architecture look like? It is all there.
Oh,
And then
cool.
also, if folks have questions about it, there's a way to connect with us. So it was more of this, as my CIO likes to use the term, it's kind of showing the art of the possible, but showing to our members that yes, AI can be used to cheat in the classroom, or yes, it could be used where it may hallucinate, or it may not cite scientifically accurate resources,
Mhm.
etc. It could lend to mis and disinformation. And it also can be used in a
Mhm.
responsible and ethical way. And
Right.
I think demonstrating that is critical. And also for our academic public health community to have a voice at the table with these other tools that may not be um, as,
Mhm.
responsible and ethical in terms of how those guardrails are set in protecting PII data, what resources are being fed into these,
Mhm.
algorithms and LLMs, making sure we're not spreading mis and disinformation, things like that. I think it's important for us in academic public health when we do have these type of resources to hold on to them and make it available to the public to help prevent the spread of mis and disinformation. Because when you do go to a generic, let's say, Claude or ChatGPT, that's a horizontal model where you're searching the World Wide Web, so to speak, right? Where there are false information out there. And so using this vertical AI use case, we are saying that this data is reputable and is true. And you can't say that for a lot of the other models out there. I think there's going to be a shift in association cultures, realizing that those who may be hesitant to use and adopt AI, they will move beyond that, and there will be more implementation of AI. And the conversation next year will be not talking about AI, but agentic AI. And I think folks will be focusing on, well, how can I leverage agentic AI to move work forward? And I genuinely hope that the conversation won't be about how AI or agentic AI are replacing individuals' jobs, but rather augmenting the work that we do so that it may free up some space to do more impactful work, whatever that may be in an association's mission and vision. And I think, especially in the world of tech, like you have to have a solid team and have that team camaraderie because the internet will internet and things are going to break, websites are going to crash. And when they do, I always trust that my team, they'll bring the site back up. We band together, we hop on that incident response call. There's no finger
Mhm.
pointing. There's no he said, she said. We are like in it to win it. Let's fix this problem. And I think if you don't have that dynamic, it can be a really challenging working environment, especially the world in which we live in. So
Yeah,
don't,
that's true.
let's build
Mhm.
a positive workforce environment.
I'm ready.